Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to talk about something that might just completely change how you think about automation. Seriously, it's a mindset shift that will make your scripts way more reliable, a lot easier to fix, and honestly, just less of a headache.
Yeah, I know. That sounds kind of weird, right? Programming, coffee? But stick with me here because this one little idea holds the secret to building some seriously powerful and effective automation. It's all about changing how you see the problem.
And this is the core concept we're talking about, the filtering approach. The idea is so simple but so powerful. You know how a coffee filter lets that delicious coffee through but keeps the nasty grounds out? Well, that's exactly what our script should do. Let the good stuff, the right data, the right actions, pass through and block all the other noise. Let's make this super practical. I'm going to give you a simple framework, just 3 questions to ask yourself that will help you start building these perfectly filtered scripts right away.
First things first, always ask yourself this question. Don't think about the whole screen or the whole app. What is the one tiny specific piece you need? A single button, one input box, a piece of text. Zero in on that, isolate it. Get as small and specific as you possibly can.
Okay, once you've found that tiny piece, you need to play detective. What's its unique fingerprint? Does it have a special ID? A name that nothing else has? A unique title? That unique property is your golden ticket. It's what allows you to create a filter that goes directly to the target every single time without getting confused.
And this last question, this is what makes your scripts rock solid. Before your script takes action, what can you check to make sure the coast is clear? Is the window actually active? Is the button clickable yet? Is the field I need empty? This state filter is your safety check. It stops your script from jumping the gun, which is probably the #1 cause of automation errors.
This is where it all clicks into place. A moment where the fire hose went down in flames and the filtering approach saved the day.
So, picture this. The enemy, a clunky, ancient CRM system. You know the type. It looks like it was designed back in the 90s, probably because it was. And the mission was to automate data entry into this thing. A total nightmare scenario. The first attempt was a monster. We're talking 200 lines of code, a classic fire hose script. It had checks for everything, window pop-ups, error messages, you name it. It tried to anticipate every single thing that could go wrong. And, you guessed it, it was a mess. It barely worked.
And then, the light bulb moment, the shift in thinking. That 200-line beast was thrown out and replaced with a lean, mean 20-line script. That's a 90% reduction in code. And the most beautiful part? It worked. Perfectly. Every single time.
So how did that happen? It wasn't magic. It was just a few really smart filters. First, a window filter. The script would only pay attention to a window with an exact title. Then, a control filter. It honed in on the specific input field it needed. And finally, a state filter. It checked to make sure the window was actually ready and the field was empty before it did anything. Precision, not brute force.
This filtering mindset can be applied to almost any automation task. Let's look at 3 completely different examples to see just how versatile this approach is.
Okay, first up, taming your inbox. Instead of trying to read every single email, you build a chain of filters. You start by saying, only show me emails from these specific senders. Then, of those, only the ones with invoice in the subject. Then, only the ones with a PDF attached. And finally, only from the last month. Suddenly, a task that took hours is done in seconds.
Or what about managing files on your computer? Total chaos, right? Well, a filter pyramid can fix that. First, you filter by file type to sort everything. Then, you can filter by size to find those huge files taking up space. Then filter by age to archive old stuff. And maybe a name filter to pull out anything with draft in the title. It's like having your own automated librarian.
And web scraping, oh man, this is where filtering is an absolute lifesaver. Trying to scrape a whole web page is a recipe for disaster. But with filters, you use surgical precision. You tell your script to jump directly to one specific element on the page. Then extract only the text that looks like a price. Then maybe only grab the first 3 prices you find. And for a final check, only process them if they're in a realistic price range. That's how you get clean, reliable data.
So let's bring it all home. As we wrap up, I want you to remember that this is more than just a little coding trick. It's a whole philosophy. It's about building smarter automation that actually makes your life easier, instead of creating a whole new set of problems.
And the payoff for thinking this way is just massive. Your scripts become incredibly reliable because they aren't easily confused by small changes. They're way easier to maintain. When something does break, you know exactly which of your 20 lines to look at, and maybe best of all, they're understandable. 6 months from now, you'll look at your code and say, I know exactly what this does. Future you is going to be so grateful.
So the next time you sit down to write a script, please don't reach for that fire hose. Just take a breath and remember the mantra. Think like a coffee filter. Find the good stuff you need, let only that through, and block out all the rest.